Boom, coming in hot, Chinchy. What's going on, my brother?
I'm looking thin, man. I can't believe this. I feel good about it.
Dude, I don't think you've ever not looked thin, dude.
No, there's times, dude. You ever look back at especially, dude, we're 80s kids and 90s kids. You ever look back at some of the stuff you used to wear to high school dances and you're like, well, maybe that's why I didn't get girls back then.
Dude, I thought I was so stylish. I saw a yearbook the other day, or maybe just a picture, bro. I got these glasses junior year, because I found out I needed glasses one day. Dude, I wore them to school. I'll never forget. I was like, boy, am I looking good. Dude, they're this big. I look like a total asshole.
You look like Larry King.
I look like Larry King. I look like Larry King in 1990 walking in Upper St. Clair High School check it out, ladies. And then I look back, I'm like, that's no wonder I couldn't get the ladies.
I remember when I was in 6th grade, I was out one of those beach areas, and you go and they always have the cool little clothing shops, whatever, and you get stuff and bring it back home from your vacation. I got these things. You know what clam diggers are? Do you know that?
Yeah, is that no? I know my dad used to be a clam digger back in high school.
Did he really?
Oh, I used to go out and shuck clams, shuck them. He shucked them.
So what you do is you go and you stand in the mud and you literally use your hands. So what clam digger pants are is they're shorter. So it's almost like, girls that used to wear capri pants. That used to be a big thing, where you can see kind of half of your calf. Yeah. I got these clam diggers and I thought they were the coolest thing. And my mom, and we were going on our school field trip to I don't know, the Met or some sort of museum or something. And I'm like, I want to wear the clam diggers. I want to wear the clam diggers. And my mom's like, you're not wearing clam diggers to a museum on my watch. You know what I did, dude? I put them underneath my pants. Because I lied. I put them underneath my pants. And then when I got to school, I went into the bathroom and I took the pants off and I walked around with clam diggers. And my mom didn't find out until 3 years later when, or a couple years later when you have
the yearbook.
Yeah. Yearbook photo. Clam diggers. I lied.
Dude, did you wear braces back in the day?
Braces? Dude, yeah. I got braces. My uncle's a dentist. Matt's dad's a dentist. I got braces.
You got them just to support your uncle.
Second grade. I had full-blown braces. You know what, though? Back then, it was really cool. It was almost like I was more mature than everybody because I had braces before everybody else. I still have a brace. I've had a brace on the inside of my bottom teeth since 7th grade.
Oh, wow, dude. No way.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter, Jillian, yesterday got braces. Now, she's the fourth kid. I have 4 kids. She's the fourth one to get braces. So,
is she upset about it or is she cool with it?
She's she doesn't know what she is. She woke up this morning in dire pain.
Oh, jeez.
And didn't want to go to school, but then she has these tests she has to take. So you got to go to school. You got to grind it out.
Man.
You know what I mean?
That's tough at that age. That's tough at that age.
But dude, since then she's like, I don't know if I like them. They're they're just cool. They're
navy blue. They can do colors now. You can make it. It's like a Rolls Royce.
So. But there's no convincing a 13-year-old girl about anything that dad thinks is cool. And nice. I'm such a loser. You don't know what you're talking about, Dad. You've never been 13. I'm like, oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? I was 13 years old wearing the jams. The
jams.
Fake jams.
Oh, jams were great.
Fake polos. I had the fake jams. Mrs. Junko used to make fake jams. We used to buy them from her for $5, and we're like, oh, yeah, these are the Junko jams. Yeah, so you had braces in 2nd grade.
Yeah.
Jilly had braces, I think, around that time, but just the top. Now it's like a full-fledged thing.
Yeah.
And, dude, I don't know if I had to go to the nurse today because Jillian doesn't react to ibuprofen, but Tylenol she does. Oh. So the nurse is like, you got to have the – so I go in. She's like, you got to have
sign Tylenol out?
Fax something to us. I'm like – so I call the orthodontist.
They still do fax machines?
That's what I'm saying. Is this 1980? I'm like, what's going on? And my dad got a fax machine in 88. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. It was 30 years ago. But anyway, I called the orthodontist. I'm like, hey, can you send a fax to the school nurse? They're like, we don't have a fax machine.
Who has a fax machine?
I had to call the nurse. So I was like, send me an email. So then they send me an email and I send it in and they put, she could take ibuprofen. I'm like, I just called you to tell you it doesn't affect her. God. She can only take Tylenol. So I don't know. For all the Tylenol, ibuprofen people out there, I don't know what works.
That's unbelievable. What year is the school in with a fax machine? What do they play Pac-Man at lunchtime? What?
Dude, school's archaic, bro. School's archaic.
It is.
They still got these kids sitting for 85 minutes. These kids can't sit down for 3.
No.
Let alone 85 minutes of Well, I think Abraham Lincoln and the Emancipation Proclamation, like, clean it up.
I had a teacher. I had a high school. One more thing before we move forward. This high school teacher, he was so funny, but he was like a dorky little guy, and he always used to say, "Whoever and their band of merry men." So like George Washington and his band of merry men crossed the border, and he would always end it with the same joke, and he would go, "George Washington and his band of merry men made it across the border. Oh wait, I think they did catch a drummer." Because he's talking about his band of merry men. Me and my friend Nick used to laugh all the time. Anyway, let's move forward. Bryce Harper is back, Sean. How do we feel?
Yes.
Tough start, but hey, first time playing baseball in almost 2 years.
Bro, but I also look at Bryce Harper and go, that's pretty ballsy of him to come back against Julio Urias.
That's a good point.
Right out the gates, dude. I'd be like, I need one more day. Like,
Did you?
I'm almost ready. Wednesday is when I'll come back. But dude, he came back. Nothing like, the slider's nasty. I think when you first come back from injury, bro, that, you just don't have your rhythm, your timing. He didn't go down to the minors, any of that stuff, just did a sim game, and he was talking about his rhythm and timing after the game. But just to have Bryce Harper back, dude,
that's great.
That for the Phillies, for that lineup, for baseball, it's a great thing. So I can't believe he came back so fast, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows the character of the guy. Like, it's why he's one of the biggest leaders and one of the best players in the game. It's funny, you say coming back against that guy, it reminds me of when Tony Clark, the PA president, when he was at the network, he told a funny story about how when he came up, he used to face Roy Halladay. And he was like 12 for his first, 14 against Roy Halladay. But if you remember, when Roy Halladay first came up, he wasn't good. He went down to the minors, redid his mechanics. But he said for the rest of his career, he wound up hitting like 312 against Roy Halladay. But he used to get so mad at his managers because they would look at the thing and be like, oh, Tony Clark hits 850 against Halladay. He's in the lineup. Then it was like, you can go 0 for 4 after going for 12 for 14. It's like, oh, Tony Clark hits 400 against Roy Halladay. He's in the lineup. He said he got like 12. He was like 12 for 14 in his first 14 at-bats was Halladay. And then when a real Halladay came up, he was like 2 for his last 47, but they kept putting him in the lineup because statistically it looked like he hit him well. That's funny.
You know what the story is really with Halladay?
What's that?
He got a hold of Harvey Dorfman.
Oh, really? I did not know that. That's your guy.
Even
you and Al Leiter.
You go find articles. Halladay would say the only reason he did what he did is because of Harvey Dorfman.
Wow, that's amazing. Hey, okay, let's stay on the positives. We got some upstart teams. We got great teams. I want to know who's legit, who could keep this going. Okay, let's start with the Rays because we know they're a great team, but are they this great? Are the Rays this great? They play.
Well, let's start with the Rays and the Pirates going head to head last night after a month in the season. The two best records, Chinch.
Yeah,
so that's crazy? That's pretty cool for baseball when you're like, okay, after the first season, the Rays and the Pirates are playing last night as the two best teams in the league. The Rays end up winning 4-1, but it's just a cool thing to say. Yeah, the Rays are legit, man. That rotation is filthy with McClanahan and Glasnow, and there's top to bottom, they're loaded. They got a great bullpen like they always do, and I think Kevin Cash is the best in the business. Whatever their system is there. Whatever their analytics is,
it works.
I think it's the best in the business, dude. The way they mix and match guys is incredible. And they've been swinging the sticks, man. I think that's a big thing when you look top to bottom with their team. Yandy Diaz has been raking. Wander Franco's hitting over 300. Arenas 325. Not Hanley Ramirez. Horacio Ramirez is hitting
hitting like Hanley Ramirez.
Yeah, he's hitting like Hanley Ramirez. He's hitting 340. I mean, they got some. Harold Ramirez. He's hitting 342. I mean, dude, top to bottom, they're really swinging the bats. So the Rays are legit. They're not going anywhere.
Plus 106 in their run differentiation.
Right.
Which again, I don't love that stat, but it matters for them because they win games 2-1. I keep saying it. Listen,
people don't run differential is not perfect. Just like WAR is not perfect. I mean, everyone, I don't know about WAR. I'm like, listen, it's not saying it's perfect. It's not saying it does everything you think it does to say compare, Mike Trout and Ian Happ or something like that. You know what I mean? Like what it's saying is it's showing the metrics of this guy overall player. He runs the base. So you look at run differential overall as a team. They're scoring 106 more runs through the first 30 games than any other, as opposed to, what they're scoring. So that's a big deal. It says that they're a really good team, just like you said.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math in my head real quick. Rangers are plus 74, which is amazing, but that's right. 84, 94, 04. They have their differential is 32 more runs than the next best team. 32 runs over the course of 30 games, more than any other team.
Yeah.
So let's stay in that division though, because the Orioles are 20-9, dude. They've won 8 of the last 10, and they've won 3 in a row. Are they for real?
They are for real, man, because last year I think that they realized they're for real, especially when Adley Rutschman came up, and they've just carried it over, man. Rutschman's 4 hits again last night. Mountcastle, he's raking at 3, 5 ribbies. Mateo's found something too. I mean, that guy flat out flies. He's legit. Gunnar Henderson's hitting $184, but it's one of their top prospects that's got some great stuff. Mullins, hey, dude, if Cedric Mullins is hitting 9th in your order, you're a pretty good team.
And stealing bases and stuff. He's a good player, man. He's scrappy.
He's really good. Cano at the back end of that pen, dude. Show me a good team, and I'll show you a great closer.
I
Seriously.
like that. Good point.
I mean, look at the Yankees right now. Booney has no one to really turn to out there, and it's cost them a few times this year.
Yeah.
You look at I look at Kent State this year, dude. I'm just saying really quick. Last year, their team at the end of the year couldn't close out a game. This year, they got this guy Mitchell from Cal Berkeley leading the country in saves, I think. And that's the reason Kent State's 32-12.
Yeah.
Because that's how big of a deal closer is. So when I look at the Orioles, I go, wow. Cano at the back end of that pen, Baker leading them there too. They got some horses. Yeah. So that's a good team, dude.
That is a good team.
Look at that the Orioles will be good. And it's funny when you talk about the East, you're always going Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, or the Yankees, Rays, Red Sox.
Yeah, in some order, yep.
Now you're like, no, the Orioles are really legit.
They're a team. They are a team in the league. All right, hey, stay with Booney, man. A little controversy with him. He's getting nailed a little bit for like how he handled that situation the other night. You want to walk through that?
Yeah, you know what? The Herman situation. Well, he was going 8 1/3, kind of cruising along at 75, 80 pitches. Got some traffic at second base, and then Booney pulled him to bring in Clay Holmes, and he is getting some flack for it. But you know what, man? I understand it a little bit. I guess the way they look at things nowadays. Booney is looking at that saying, okay, it's the 4th time around the order. One shot, one ball ties it up. Maybe give him a different look, like, bring in the Clay Holmes to try and navigate that and close it out. If he closes it out, they go, hey, that's a great job by Boone. Also, Booney was saying, too, I wanted him to get the win.
Yeah.
I think it was because if there's a 2-run home rate, all that work goes to naught. So they ended up not winning or whatever, and Booney's getting crushed for it, but I understand what he was doing. Also, on the flip side is this. When we used to face a guy that was dominant, bro, I mean, I don't care if we faced him 4, 5, 6 times. You just knew you weren't getting a hit that day.
Yeah.
They could have brought in Goose Gossage.
And you would have been like,
whew. Oh, you'd have been like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Geraldus, they could have brought in Mariano Rivera in his prime and be like, all right, this is better than seeing
this guy
Pettit
crush.
Or whoever dominating. Yeah, exactly. So as a player, sometimes visually, you just want to see something different. So I can see how the Indians were like, oh, good, somebody different than Herman who's just dominated us. And
and Herman's not like one of those like lightning rod pitches. It's like you're probably 0 for 3 and you've struck out on a slider, on a changeup, and on a fastball, and you're done next at bat if he's still out there. I get that.
Great pitching always beats great hitting. I mean, obviously, once in a while you're going to have a guy step up, but a great pitcher is on. That's when you're really earning your money in the big leagues.
I love it. Look at this compact thing. We got 15 minutes and we got 9 topics in so far today. I want to do one more thing before we go though. Not the last time. How long do we have to sign up for your Breakthrough Pro?
Breakthrough Pro. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Great episode yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, great. My dad was like, best episode, because I think he was in it a lot.
Well, he was in it a lot. Your dad got a lot of props in that. I get it.
The Telio story is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. Yes, that's
Telio. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys haven't heard it, go back and listen to yesterday's show.
Yeah, great. Yeah, listen to yesterday's about our boy John Dennis on there, one of my best friends. Just such a
sweet man.
Incredible
giant.
Human being, dude. Just an incredible human being.
Yeah.
Large man, too. Yeah, breakthroughpro.com. Go Go check it out. We got our course starting on Sunday night. It's going to be incredible. If you want to, I don't know. I feel like if you want to take your mind and your life to another level, come join us.
Let's do it. It's going to
be incredible.
All right, awesome, bro. And then we'll be back tomorrow, you and me.
All right, brother. We got it.
Let's
and then what do we got? What do we got tonight? Really quick. What do we got matchup wise? Looks like got the Pirates and Rays back at it. Keller's on the mound against McClanahan. That's going to be a must see TV. And there's going to be, dude. I think the other two teams that I think are legit. Really quick, Diamondbacks, Rangers.
Nice.
I think both those guys are legit. I think they'll be coming for you. And Phillies, Dodgers, always must see TV. Nola versus Stone tonight. Yeah. Some good games on the docket, dude.
Yeah, we got good stuff to talk about tomorrow. Sign in. Yeah. Buy in. Buy into the big leagues. All right, brother.
Sign in.
All right. Mel is telling me it's time to go.
Okay, brother.
Do you hear her?
Yeah. She's like,
dog.
All right,
bro. Love you, buddy.
Hey, thanks for everybody listening. We'll see you tomorrow. See you, buddy.